What if you lived in Bethlehem, the actual birthplace of Jesus, and you could not afford food, medication, clothing, fuel for your car, electricity for your home, and you're in the scorching heat, which is, the Middle East during the summer right now. And what if you couldn't afford any of this stuff? But in 2025, that's actually become a reality for many Palestinians. Now, in this video, I want to focus on Palestinian Christians because in reality, Palestinian Christians are facing hardships that are exponentially greater than the average Palestinian Muslim simply because they are two things, Palestinian and they are Christian. And so all this wrapped together, coupled with the conflicts in Gaza, which is separate from the West Bank, because that's where Bethlehem is at, in the West Bank, but still the conflict in Gaza between Israel and Hamas, as well as the conflict between Israel and Iran, all these conflicts are creating a dire situation for Christians in the birthplace of Jesus. And I know all this because of a conversation I had yesterday with Nathaniel and Ruth. And you see, Nathaniel and Ruth are missionaries with Silk Road Catalyst. They are Palestinian. They are from Bethlehem. In fact, they are currently in Bethlehem. But they're currently stuck in Bethlehem because of just because of the restrictions that have been placed on the area, the West Bank, and that includes Bethlehem, and that makes it difficult for them to come and go. Now, it doesn't make it impossible for them to come and go, but it makes it difficult to come and go. And you never know. There's been times, especially with the Iran conflict, that they've just pretty much shut down the borders. But I hear that they're reopening, and it is possible for them to leave. And I bring all this up because the board of Silk Road Catalyst and I have come together, and we've decided we want to do something to serve and to bless our fellow believers, our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, our blood-bought brothers and sisters in Christ who are living in the land of Jesus, the birthplace, not just the land, but the birthplace of Jesus. We want to come alongside them and help, even if it's just to give a little bit of a reprieve. So by the end of July, and I can't stress this enough, this is of utmost urgency. This is a critical situation. And I'm coming to you because we need your help. And the way we're going to do that is through food packages, as well as just through delivering humanitarian aid, necessary aid that is going to be on a case-by-case basis. But everyone needs food, so we're going to provide food. There's 50 families, Christians. I say Christian background believers. So what I mean by that are Christians who are people who are born into Christian families who become Christians, as well as Muslim background believers. So people who become Christians, but they're from a Muslim background. And we want to serve 50 families through Nathaniel and Ruth who know the situation because that's where they're from. And on top of food packages, we also want to provide assistance with finding medication, of purchasing fuel, of giving some electricity, especially during this heat wave. And so for $270 a month, we can help one family. And right now, our goal is to help for 1 month at this point. Now, if somehow we're able to raise up more money than our goal, then of course, we'll either decide to help multiple months or we'll just find more Christian families because the reality is a lot of them don't have jobs right now or their businesses are suffering because of the conflicts. And so they're having a hard time making money. Now, the other flip side of that is even if they have money, the problem is some of them don't have access to US dollars and euros. And this is an important point I need to make. The only way you can buy food in Bethlehem at this point is through US dollars, euros, or Jordanian dollars. And that's where we come into play. So we can get them some US dollars. And so for $270 times 50 families, that's $13,500, we can deliver the food, we can deliver some medication, we can deliver some fuel, some electricity, all these things that they desperately need, and we can get it there logistically, which is a little bit complicated. It's not as simply just sending a wire transfer because there's a block from the Israeli government on sending wire transfers into the West Bank. And so I'm going to personally hand deliver it to them in a nearby country that they can get access to easily as long as the borders stay open. But even that, if by chance the borders shut down for a moment when we make the plan to meet up, Lord willing, sometime middle or end of July, then we have an alternative plan to get the funds to someone else in that country that's going to hold it until they're able to cross the border and pick it up. And so I'm coming to you as a brother in Christ on behalf of our brothers and sisters in Christ in Bethlehem and to ask you to give something. Maybe you can give $270 to support a whole family. Maybe you can give $540 to support 2 families or more. I don't know what you can give. Or maybe you can support half a family or a quarter of a family. Whatever the amount isn't as important as just the commitment and the willingness to give. And so with that said, I would just ask, please consider supporting our brothers and sisters in Christ. Come alongside them. Let's partner with them. Let's show them the love of Christ. Let's help them feel loved, because in many cases, Palestinian Christians feel abandoned by other Christians around the world simply because of their relationship with the Jewish people. Now, irregardless of our theology on God's chosen people, on Israel, or anything like that, our brothers and sisters in Christ, irregardless of where they come from, irregardless of how they identify nationally, ethnically, or anything like that, should never, ever feel abandoned by the global church. Not for a second. They should never feel abandoned by the church. So in the description of this video, you will find a link, and obviously there's been a QR code on the screen all this time, and you can use all that to get to the webpage that's going to allow us to get the money to them. Now, when you get to that webpage, it's not going to say Nathaniel and Ruth. It's not going to say Palestinian territory. It's not going to say Israel, anything like that. It's going to say the Silk Road Fund. And the Silk Road Fund is our fund that we use for projects. But mostly when we have a project like this, we have to raise the money, because when we get the money, we tend to use the money pretty quickly. And so right now there's not much in there. So we need to raise the $13,500 to be able to get the money to them, to be able to deliver the aid, and to be able to love on our brothers and sisters in Christ. So open up your wallets, give generously, give lovingly. I'll see you next time.